Welcome back again to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much for choosing this channel. After Kenya Kwanza administration have drafted their budget, that is 4.2 trillion between 2024 to 2025, which I think on karibu mwezi wa sita hapa they are going to announce or read it in the parliament. There seems to be a clash between the government and the opposition, as Kalonzo is coming out and condemning this move and is calling upon Kenya Kwanza administration, warning them on how they are creating harmful threat to Kenyans who are struggling or toiling day in and night to put the food on the table. And our main concern is that what is the aim of 4.2 trillion budget? Is it to humiliate Kenyans, as this has been rejected on the opposition side? So today's discussion, we are going to have some candid discussion on opposition move to reject this. Before I do that, I want to appreciate you members for the support you always offer to this channel, because if it was not your support, then this channel could have not reached where it is as at now. Thank you very much and stay blessed as we give you more information. Now, the opposition is taking us to the world of political discussion, where we are finding that they are going against this, which is now making the government work on toes. But do you think Kenya Kwanza administration are people who can sit down to be negotiated with?
Not when we increase taxes. The BPS reviews lofty figures in terms of revenue with huge deficits. We believe that the country will thrive when the regime moderates its expenditure, reduces wastages, and adopts a rights and zero-based budgeting approach. The Budget Policy Statement 2024 is high-sounding, vague with promising titles, but only intends to raise expenditures and to spend what we don't even have.
The opposition members have warned that if the budget is not revised downwards, Kenyans should brace for even tougher times ahead.
All indicators point to the fact that life is deteriorating, not improving. The cost of life remains high as the cost of every basic item continues to go up. We are staring at a second disastrous and painful year under Kenya Kwanza.
If the budget remains as is, the Wiper Party leader further told the President William Ruto administration to prepare to deal with the consequences of its actions.
There are strong indications that things will get worse. As a coalition, we however refuse to ask you to tighten your belts again. You have already done enough. The ball is squarely in the court of this regime. They either act swiftly and lower the cost of living by reducing taxation, wastages, and wanton theft of public money, or await the fate that has fallen other insensitive and incompetent regimes across the continent.
I believe you've listened to Kalonzo on how he have expressed his feeling on this movement. And if it is so, that 4.2 trillion budget is very harmful. Just today in the morning again, I was coming out with some of the news from social media that the deputy president is home in Karen. They want to renovate it, which costs roughly, I don't know, 650 million or billion, somehow, something like that. But I'll come up with that news. 650, if I'm not wrong, to renovate that house in order to be furnished properly. But that was by the way. Our main concern is that 4.2 trillion have been drafted by the CS secretary to allow Kenyans to read it, understand it, without even knowing that right now our country have huge debts, and they are also budgeting 4.2 trillion. I may be right by saying that this is a clear indication that Kenya Kwanza people love themselves. They only concentrate to budget in order to gain more capital in their money, as Kenyans are doing milk and no one is prepared to save in the country. That is what we want to analyze at this hour. Before I do that, if this might be your first time watching me at our YouTube platform, Zion Kenya TV, I also request you just take a 1 second and like this video, share, watch, and subscribe if you've never subscribed to our channel. And to the new subscribers, I want to appreciate you so much for the support you have done. Continue watching our videos as you drop your opinion at the comment section below. When I look at Kenya Kwanza administration, I'm seeing there is a political betrayal, because during campaigns 2022 August, if you are attentively following the head of state, or sorry, the current head of state, let me use that term, how he used to campaign, Kenyans were impressed and they voted him early in the morning with zeal and zest, as they disagreed with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's movement on supporting the former Prime Minister to be the 5th president in the Republic of Kenya. And so many people condemned this move, and they said, sisi tunataka hasla. Hasla tawale na hasla ni hasla. Si ile ya dynasty. That is whatever Kenyans see. But now there seems to be regret, as opposition also is supporting, is going against this, because 4.2 trillion, in fact this might be higher, because Uhuru, I think his budget was, I don't know, 2 trillion, roughly 2 trillion I think, but this is now 4.2 trillion, which resemble debts. The debts that Kenyans is having is a lot of debts. So if our country can have a budget of 4.2 trillion and yet we have huge debts, they compare debts with the budget. That is whatever they're trying to tell us, and that is why opposition is going against this, because it is harmful and it is very, very sad, as Kenyans are suffering even to save and put something on the table, yet the government seems to is milking Kenyans, and there's no one to fight back and defend this. We are only being seen going to work. Wewe unafanya kazi, unaenda kufanya kazi, lakini pesa inaingia kwa mfuko ya serikali. So that is what opposition is trying to say, and they have given Kenya Kwanza administration ultimatum. If it is not going to be rectified, then according to Jimmy Wanjigi is saying it is going to be a war when it's come to April, and that is what we are now waiting, if it's going to be true. Ladies and gentlemen, with me on my side, I'm seeing this is too much, and the government, how I wish to reduce this budget to be 1.5 trillion is making sense. The reason why I'm saying this is that they were supposed to reduce some of the potential or budget expenses, and if it is so, more so the traveling allowances, the MPs, mortgages, and the rest, because these people have money. If somebody is being paid 850,000, you've not added allowances. Somebody is earning 1.2 million, you've not added allowances, insurances, and the rest. So this is a little bit challenge. Na ule Mkenya mwenye ako maisha ya chini ndiye anafinywa zaidi, ataki ajiinue. So these are the challenges we are now finding. Opposition is disagreeing with the government. What can you say on this move? Where are we heading to in our country, Kenya? This marks the end of our political discussion. Bye bye, as you hope to meet on another analysis.